Troll artifacts. There's a lot of them, and it's a pain in the ass to understand them all, along with figuring out which synergizes perfectly with what. The lack of sandbox mode also hinders testing and forces you to spend a buck or time to figure out which set of 3 work best for what playstyle. Hopefully in this video I'll be able to explain not just what these artifacts do, but what sets are perfect for each other, whilst giving adequate visual examples to better help get the message across. So first up is the Amulet of Ra. This artifact is pretty much core and will be showcased on every build that I give in this video. What this artifact does is increase the potency of your debuffs by a percent that gets stronger per rank, as well as spreading these now empowered debuffs to multiple targets, making the boss and adds around it take more damage, hit less hard, and heal a lot less. Up next is the Scrap of the Soul Cloak, and what this artifact does is allow you to gain supercharge faster, as well as letting you hold extra charges by increasing your supercharge pool. This artifact at 200 also allows you to regain 7% of your bar back upon supercharge consumption, similar to head mods, which does stack. After that we have the Parasite's Power Harness. The Parasite's Power Harness instantly increases the whole team's power pool and precision stat per unique debuff, meaning each time you debuff the boss or an ad, the entire team gets a 10% power increase, which stacks up to 3. So in total, at rank 200, the group should have a 30% power pool increase mid-boss fight. And the last artifact is the Claw of Alkaun. This artifact gives an overall group buff of 7% might, restoration, and dominance, with an added increase of 5% critical damage and magnitude at rank 200. But in using this artifact, you lose the power healing effect your recharge gives. So knowing what artifacts do what, the next thing to discuss is combinations. Basically what 3 artifacts perform a certain job the best. And to be honest, I'm not going to fluff this video any longer than I have to. Visuals might be scarce because it's a little hard to capture visual effects to boost their performance. So the standard building for trolling will always be Amulet of Ra, Scrap of the Soul Cloak, and Parasite's Power Harness. Reason being is that it gives everything you need for the basic role. Debuff increase for the extra damage with the Ra, more superchargers for the power dump with the Soul Cloak, and power increase with the Parasite's Power Harness to slow down overall consumption until empty. Pretty much the jack of all trades of combinations. If you're a beginner, I highly recommend this setup. It'll help you do it all very easily. But if you're well seasoned into the role, you can tell that the Scrap and Ra are you really need, and you can do without the Parasite's Power Harness. But what you can use instead of that is a buffing artifact. Something that can increase the overall damage and shorten the whole boss fight entirely, but still keep your current playstyle. Well, you can switch to Parasites for the Tetra for a predominantly might team, or the Cog for the predominantly precision team. With this combination, you can keep doing your usual while passively increasing the team's base damage stats each time you use a power. And since the stat is double on DPS and trolls and based off of your maximum health, you can put a little bit of skill points into health for an extra stat bonus. And lastly, if you're bored with the whole role and looking for a change of pace, you could swap out the Scrap of the Soul Cloak with the Claw of Alkaun. Giving power will be a bit of an afterthought considering your recharge loses that effect, and with no scrap, you won't be able to be spamming supercharges like you did before. But you will be able to max out everyone's stats, making boss fights hella short. Just be wary of what team you use this last combination with. If they're dependent on instant troll power, you might be starving them and cause a wipe. But with that being said, I think that's pretty much what you need to know about troll artifacts. Now I know I left a few arts out like the Strat Cart, Omega Hedron, Birds of Prey, and the new chain one that came out not too long ago. But after building them up to 200 and testing them out on the test server and live, I cannot for the life of me see where to put them. Every art discussed here either outperforms, outscales, or outpowers all those unnamed arts, so telling you to try them out and test them for yourself would be counterproductive to the entire video and a complete waste of money if you don't like it. Also, for those wondering how I spec my troll skill point wise, well, here you go. And for those wondering about augments and mods, well, here. If you need an in-depth explanation on those aspects, please let me know. I'd be happy to explain them in the comments section. I think they're pretty straightforward enough not to devote an entire video on them, so text would have to do. Besides, this video took 13 months to make due to everything changing, me having to test, retest, gather everything, max out renown on several tunes, and retest everything again. so I really don't want to have to waste any more excess time than I already have. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments. I'll get to them whenever I can. If you'd like a breakdown of something else troll-wise that you feel visuals would help better, let me know as well. I do plan on doing a video about some debunked troll myths, but I'm not sure how far off the ground that would go. But until next time, get the fuck off my lawn.